You want the world for your own. You want maximum profit. You lost perspective. I won't give you direction. You're always restless. Want me to fix your problem. You can't be trusted. You want the world for your own. I'm your maximum profit.
The Big Voice. KWTN 100.9 FM. Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
All right, welcome everybody to Winnebago Talks, a 1-hour show that's featuring a lot of good things from the Winnebago in the news, music. We'll talk about some of the special guests that we'll have in here today, and we'll also have The Answer Is. Want to kind of send our condolences to our co-host, Bethany. She is taking care of a funeral this week, and so we definitely send our condolences to the family, the Red Horn family, and everybody. And we're thinking of them. Make sure that as they prepare for their journey and stuff, that we all come together and send our prayers and thoughts and our well wishes. I'd like to introduce the person that's going to be helping us today. Go ahead, Jordana.
Okay, hi Nipi, everybody. I'm Jordana Bass. I am helping out Bethany today, and I am your Winnebago Indian News editor.
All right, and then also we have, go ahead and give us your introduction. Celebrity in the house.
I'm Lance Morgan. My kids said I'm a celebrity up in Sioux City. I'd rather be a whole chunk celebrity. But
Well, thanks, Lance, for coming in. Just real quick before we get into your interview here, we wanted to let the listeners know what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, the answer is, this is episode 44. Or, yeah, is it 44 or 43?
It is 44.
Okay,
Good luck
episode
number.
44. That is a good luck number. HCI CEO, Mr. Lance Morgan, will be giving us an update on the new casinos, as well as some progress news at Ho Chunk Village. Angel Decoro will be up here, and we have a lot of good things that we're going to be discussing as well. So, some breaking news. We just got a notification from the general manager of Native Star Casino that there's a potential gas leak down there, and the gas company has been called, just kind of FYI, but for now, Native Star, until they deem it safe, will be closed. So just kind of wanted to make sure that everybody stays safe down there.
Yeah.
And if you have an opportunity, Native Star, they have some great promotions and things like that, but shout out to them. But right now, today, we just got that notification that due to a potential gas leak, they will be investigating and let us know when the all clear is, so you can go down there and play some of the new games.
Nice.
All right. We also have a really cool thing that's going to happen today after Lance's interview.
Yeah.
We are going to give away some Bandits tickets.
Yes.
Let's let the people know about that.
Okay, yeah. So this event is actually brand new, and it's actually just got finalized and approved, I guess, just recently. And the event is actually will be the Winnebago Youth and Family Night that will be sponsored by Ho Chunk Inc. And sort of how the W.I.N got brought into this is Caden Cleveland actually interns with the Bandits.
Cool.
Yeah, so he actually approached the W.I.N and in a collaboration effort to, I guess, help promote the event. And in doing so, they gave us at least 40 tickets to give away to our audience.
So
today.
if they have an opportunity, once that time comes, you and your family can win some tickets here for free.
Yeah.
And if you've never been to a Bandits tickets, we'll kind of Bandits game. We'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, let's see here. We have another good episode, or not, another good issue of the W.I.N that we'll also be discussing here a little bit later on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Lance Morgan, thank you for coming here to Winnebago Talks. You have a lot of things to talk about, so We have a lot of people that were interested in hearing from you, and so I guess one of the first questions I have is, what's the latest on the casinos?
First of all, thanks for being here. Letting me come on and talk a little bit. I think that Caden was one of our interns, and he hit me up and said, "Should we sponsor the Bandits?"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, yeah, let's do it." And so
Right.
hopefully, I think we have a lot of tickets. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get a good Winnebago night out there.
Yeah.
And it'll be football will be over, so it'll help with that. So
Right,
a little bit
right.
of football,
A
and
lot of
they're
people-
always a lot of fun. So hopefully people will show up. I think we have a lot of tickets.
Good.
Nice.
So great.
For sure.
As far as what's going on with the gaming, there's so many moving parts to the thing. We've opened the temporary facility in Lincoln, and it's doing pretty well. And it's making some money, and it's created a couple hundred jobs. We've been stalled out a little bit. The inflation rate and interest rates, those kind of things, have really put us in a bad situation on the financing.
Okay.
So the interest rates were too high. I think I made the comment to these Wall Street guys. I said, if I do that deal, I might as well turn in my resignation back in Winnebago, because they'd make all the money, and I'm pretty sure that the Winnebago people want to make some too.
Yeah.
And so we've been working hard on that, and I thought we'd have a resolution actually last Tuesday, but we're a little bit delayed. So there's good news coming, and we need quite a bit of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, to get Omaha and Lincoln going, but I don't want to do it at the expense of sort of exploiting us,
Yeah.
in the situation. And so I told them the Winnebago people pay me to do this kind of thing for them, and I'm
Right.
going to do the best job I can. And the deal was so bad, I thought maybe they would try to get us to sort of go into bankruptcy or something, and they'd take
Wow.
the casinos over. And I said, why the hell would I ever do something like that?
Sure.
Because we're doing pretty well right now. And actually, people have offered us, I think the first day, a couple $100 million for them.
Wow.
So I sure as heck not giving them away.
Yeah, when you had the community update down in downtown here, there's another one coming. I
Yes.
think a community update and whatnot. But you mentioned that if we ever wanted to sell these casinos, that's where it's at. But why do that? It's kind of like I think one of the council members said, it's the golden goose. Eventually, it's going to start laying some golden eggs, but we have to let it develop a little bit before
Yeah,
that.
I think that we're going to have to borrow north of $500 million to get Omaha and Lincoln going. Ho Chunk is already hawked up on it. If we put $70 million into the Lincoln facility, and it's making a nice return on investment, but we've got bigger plans. That $500 million is a jaw-dropping sort of number.
Yeah.
It's we've never done anything like that at Ho Chunk. We've always been sort of incrementalist, but casino is valued based on its EBITDA, its earnings before taxes, interest, depreciation, and I think it'll come in north of $1 billion, its valuation. We're actually going to find out today, because somebody did a study for it.
Wow.
And so it might be as high as $1.5 billion, but it doesn't mean anything unless we can get the money to get them built, though.
Right.
And so we're in that tap dance period where people want to try to take as much as they can on the financing, and we're trying to keep as much as ourselves. And so that's been going on pretty heavily for the last several months.
I have a question. They mentioned that Grand Island opened up a temporary facility as well. What's to say, like, other casinos just come in and say, hey, there's an opportunity. How come we can't just do one in Omaha or Sioux City, wherever? Is there protection on that?
Well, it has to be a racetrack.
Okay.
And there can only be one per county. There's been some effort in Omaha, Bellevue, to try to put one in, and it's in the same market, so we're obviously against it. Right now, there's a study that has to be done in 2025, and that study says after the study we'll make an assessment. There's a bill in the state legislature right now to extend that study out to 2029 or 2030. There's a couple different ones, and we certainly support that. It's funny because how are you going to study casinos that aren't even open yet? And so it doesn't make any sense, and it's in our interest to sort of get those built first. And we're spending a lot of time and energy and money on the political process, something we've never done before. When I was I think I might have been in law school, I went with the late Frank Lemire down to the Capitol, and we did a protest. And people wouldn't even make eye contact with us. They were polite, I guess. But now it's different because we have a larger voice and more going on. And so we give testimony, we have lobbyists, and figuring out how to take that power and influence for a spin is new to us, because
Right.
usually we're just ignored in that environment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we're doing it to protect our interests.
Okay, so this is just my squirrel moment as far as I got to bring some res to it. You know what I mean? This is Winnebago Talks and stuff. But what if we did the res, like you said, it has to be connected to, does it have to be horse? Can it be res dogs?
A race for res dogs? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
talked-
The greyhounds?
They've talked about having Indian relays, but what are you going to use as bait? Baloney?
I will trademark that, you know?
You know, we had a thing where we toured out the track in South Sioux and built a small one. But I said we should have a day where people can come race anything they want.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And insurance company did not think it was great. Like race your own horses, let your dogs race. You know,
Race
all
some
these
chickens.
Yeah,
There
just
you go.
ostrich maybe.
There you
but,
go.
But the insurance company thought it was the worst idea they ever heard.
So I guess one of the questions I have to ask is when will like Winnebago see return on investment and kind of some of the funding coming through?
Well, I know that's the question everybody's asking, right? But I made a comment. Let me build them first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's sort of, you know, we have this situation where in Indian country, there's a lot of per caps out there, and you know, stuff in the community. And the Winnebago tribe has done a fantastic job of building the economy, of striking that balance. There's some per cap, but there's also a lot of reinvestment in the community, the school, the college, the hospital, the housing. And so striking that balance will be interesting. But the way I explained it is we're going to be in tough shape the first 2 or 3 years. We got to get them built. We have some high financing costs the first couple of years. Then you can refinance. And by then the market, if we can protect it from that competition, I think then the money will really start to flow. And striking the balance between sort of immediate needs and long-term development, that's going to be the challenge of this generation, I think.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So barrier after barrier, one of the things, if we back up here a little bit, is you seeing the Omaha, back to Winnevegas days. You know, Winnevegas was the only casino there for a while, and then Sioux City got developed. They brought in that boat, and then down in Omaha, they brought in those boats. Eventually, they opened up the market and whatnot. So we kind of came full circle.
Yep.
And you're back into the casino game and stuff. How's that been, like learning all that and, you know, in your career as a CEO?
Well, I've never done gaming. We actually started, I think, the Iron Horse Casino and flipped it back to the tribe because Ho Chunk is supposed to diversify away from gaming. But we owned the track really just to shut it down in South Sioux City because of a potential threat from competition for Winnevegas. But if you look at it, Winnevegas started off great, and then they built a bigger boat, and they took a bite. And then Winnevegas made a comeback. And then they brought the Hard Rock in and, you know, killed the boat and brought Hard Rock in and took another bite from us, right? There's at no point does Iowa care one bit about Winnevegas. I was there as a young lawyer when we had to lay off a couple hundred people back in the mid '90s. I mean, that's where the money came from Ho Chunk. My first job as a lawyer was to kick out the management company. They were taking 40% of the profits. And we used that money to start the investment fund. We used it to start Ho Chunk Inc. And that was a tough thing because this was a really poor community then. And to take half the money and put it to the future was a challenge.
Yeah.
That was, and we're still living off that decision. That's when the college was started too. And that's what I meant by this generation is time. You know, if you go back another generation, we got some settlement money for our land, and we started the burial fund, and we started a little per cap then. And so at each point, the Winnebago tribe has always sort of made the choice, some for now, some for the future. And it was as simple as having a dignified burial in the 70s. And then it became, all right, let's diversify the economy and do some investments in the 90s. And in the 2020s, you know, we're going to have to make that same choice. And, you know, I always say, trust in the Winnebago people. I mean, my phrase is, we'll do the right thing eventually. and so I'm really excited about, you know, getting these casinos going, getting some of the money flowing, and then seeing what we do with it, you know. And what I don't want to do is I have some relatives at some tribes that get per caps, and they decide not to work, you know. You know, and then, you know, substance abuse comes into the factor, and then everybody wants money, and they're angry all the time, and it becomes all about the money, and that's not what a tribe should be. It's weird for the economic guy to say we should not be about the money. And maybe that's the way I was when I was younger, but as I get older, I worry about the future. What we've done in this tribe is incredible. I just saw the statistics. We've added 140 households into the middle class in the last 15 years, and we're doing a new study to update it. And that's sustainable. That's so much better than a little check.
Right.
When the government first did per caps, it was designed to put us out of, to get rid of us, and the power of capital is when it's in a big pile. And I think that we should do things that are good for the people, build up the homeland, help people where we can individually in some way, but really focus on the big picture in the future.
For sure.
Building houses, building up the college, building up the school, building up everything.
Yeah.
It's just our chance.
Definitely. You're listening to KWTN 100.9 FM. We have Mr. Lance Morgan here talking about Warhorse Casino. Jordana, you went down there for the grand opening. What did you think? It's a temporary casino and stuff. So I guess, what did you think of the kind of temporary facility?
Well, I was definitely very surprised when I seen as many people that were there, and there was a line that was way back there, so it was crazy. And then just being able to see the whole casino was filled, and the building is really small right now, but to see in the future that it could grow, to see how much more customers and how much more people that the casinos could bring into.
Right there in Lincoln.
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
in Lincoln, and to think, in Omaha, once those get built and everything else, and everything just gonna, everything is gonna start, lining up, all the stars are gonna align, so.
So for the future industry, like those that are maybe graduating and thinking about college career fields and stuff, what are some of the things that they can get into maybe to work for the tribe at the Warhorse Casino?
Well, the casino jobs are there, and they're good jobs, but and I think every Indian knows a little something about casinos these days, right? Enough to complain. And so we're going to create 2,000 jobs in that area. And they'll be in Omaha, Lincoln, and South Sioux City. So there'll be some real opportunity. We want to bring as much of the back office here to Winnebago as possible, and do some accounting, do some compliance, do some of the marketing, that sort of thing. And to figure, there's going to be jobs on site, but I think the challenge will be how many jobs can we get to Winnebago, right? And Ho-Chunk's been growing and growing, and we thought we were really going to grow jobs here in Winnebago with our factory, but that got shut down by the feds. They came in and messed it up, and so that took away quite a bit of our initiative. So we're really trying to figure out ways to get some more a combination of jobs here. We do the farming, that's been some nice jobs, outdoor type jobs, but we want to do more of the jobs for people who are going to college or maybe get their little priest and their 2-year degree and stuff like that. And so I've challenged everybody inside Ho-Chunking, what back office functions can we bring here and to create more jobs in Winnebago, because I'm of the theory that we could do anything around the world or nationally, but if it doesn't change, your relative's life in Winnebago, it don't count. Yeah. And so, I understand that we've got to put effort into developing this community, because that's what it's really all about.
For sure. I remember you texting me on CNN. They had a all A&G. The guy was talking about, I don't know, something overseas.
The Ukraine war.
Right, and he had an A&G polo on.
It's one of our subsidiaries, the All Native Group. He's a former general, and he was there on CNN. I was like, check this out.
When I got to tour the facility out there by the D.C. area, we went to the Pentagon, and Heath, Wrist, and crew, they took me to the Pentagon and went up there, and out comes this lady. It was really cool because she had this badge on, and she works in the Pentagon, and it said HCI. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, how cool is that? Yeah, you have HCI employees or contractors in the Pentagon. Colorado Springs. There's
big officer. We have 700, I think, employees in Virginia that are headquartered out of Virginia. It's crazy. One of the things we're trying to do is give people more of a look at that sort of stuff. And I've just sort of given some directives to do some more. Our marketing is super corporate and slick, but it's not exactly grassroots. And so I've been challenging them to just get more stuff out there. Yeah. So people can see some things. And there's been a few things that we're going to try to do for our Virginia office. The first attempt was something to show the Elks building in Sioux City. And it was just interviews. I said, this isn't 60 Minutes. This has got to be MTV Cribs, right? Show it around. That's an old show, I think, but definitely. But so we're going to show more to people. That's one of the things I think we're going to try to be a little bit more casual, because no one's buying the corporate too slick approach.
Yeah,
So
for sure. So we are kind of wrapping up. I don't know if anybody on Winnebago Talks, if they want to ask Mr. CEO Lance Morgan here a question, you're more than welcome to do that in the chat.
Village 2.0.
Yeah, we were going to transition into
okay.
the next thing, but any other questions as far as the casino? When do you think the first one's going to be open up?
Well, let me give you the timeline. So if we can get the money in the next, I thought I was going to have it last Tuesday, but maybe not. But if we can get the money here in the next 6 weeks,
Okay.
we'll be starting in the spring. And we figured out that we could start in Omaha a little quicker if we paid to jump the line in some of the equipment. So we're going to pay. And so hopefully by the end of the year.
Which one's bigger, Lincoln or Omaha?
Omaha is going to be bigger.
Is it really?
There's a building in Omaha that's 40,000 square feet. We're going to turn that into the phase one. I mean, it's going to be a casino that's huge, bigger than the Hard Rock, and that's just phase one. And then we'll add around it as we go the other amenities, sports bars and restaurants and things like that. And then at the same time, we'll be building Lincoln. And Lincoln is going to take probably about 18 months.
Okay.
And because we've got a hotel and all the other things to it. And the two should be open maybe a couple years from now and really kicking out the income. We might do a temporary one in South Sioux. We weren't going to. We were going to wait. But we're doing some sports betting that might change the math on the temporary one.
Oh.
And so if we can get the money, and it's always an if, it's a $20 million sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a rounding error. But to get it going, we'll get it rolling there too sooner.
Omaha, the population, what is that?
It's 1 million people.
Wow.
But there are 3 casinos in Council Bluffs that we compete with, and a small one from the Ponca tribe. But they're all off to the side in Council Bluffs.
Yeah.
But we're smack in the middle of those 1 million people. We're just off 72nd Street, just off Interstate 80. And that puts us right in the geographic center of the metro population. And Lincoln's 350,000 people, and we're the closest competitor to Lincoln. And so it's going to be a very good market.
I was down there when the Warhorse was born, when they passed it and the Nebraska law passed to get gaming into Nebraska. And that facility there was a lot of monitors, and they probably watched horse.
That'll be the phase one.
Okay, so that
a
one,
large space.
It's going to be a temporary kind of casino.
Well, it's not going to be temporary. It's going to be the real deal.
Okay.
We're going to go all the way with it. And have it,
So you
look
guys
like
ain't-
the brand new one, and then we'll build the rest of it around it. So it won't have a temp vibe; it'll have a permanent vibe.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a phase one, I think.
Yeah.
Going on there.
For sure.
All this costs money.
Yeah, I talked to Drew and I said, "Hey man, when are we gonna get down and cut the ribbon and all this and that?" Because I know that we kind of want to hold off because the Lincoln one is temporary and stuff. But I was like, when are we gonna roll out the red carpet for the tribal members?
Myself and our CFO, we have a job to do, and it's to bring the money home to get it going, and we're close.
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice. Okay, all right. So that's our segment on Warhorse Casinos, and let's talk about here in Winnebago. There's a lot of progress that's happening across the road from us, and that's Ho Chunk Village 2.0. What you know about it?
Well, a little bit. I joke that if I said earlier, nobody cares if we do something like, around the country or around the world. It's what happens in Winnebago, and that's what we're judged by. And so, we built the Ho Chunk Village, 2006, I think it got going, and it's about full. And the tribe has challenged us and allowed us to use some of our dividends to be super creative. And
Yeah.
so we've built close to 200 housing units in the last 7 years, which is about twice our normal pace as a community historically. And the Village 2.0 is just the next step. And then the tribe gave us some COVID money to finish out the infrastructure. That's the expensive part. So now the lots are ready to go. And,
Wow.
and 2 things are going on there right now. There's individual houses being built, and they're using the down payment assistance. And the tribe was cool enough to bump that up 10,000 across the board.
Yeah.
So you can get up to $75,000, and I think it's 42.5 in the trust low income ones, but they can get also money from the feds too on top of it. So it ends up being we're looking for about 25 to 30% of the cost of the home, which is the down payment for both, and that's working out pretty well. The other thing that we're doing is the tribe used some of the COVID funding for elder housing because elders are the most at risk.
Yeah.
And they're overcrowded, and we're building 10 more, and those are about done.
Okay.
I mean, we're maybe 6 weeks from those being done. They haven't put in the kitchens, but the floors and the walls and they're getting painted. And so I think they're getting close. At least some of them are. And those are going to be real inexpensive for our tribal elders, and a couple of them are going to really be low income. And I think one of the council members, I think it was Lorelei, said we better put solar on them too. So they're going to be solar powered.
Heck There you yeah. go.
But those will be available soon. And the other thing that we're working on that we haven't announced, but maybe I'll announce it here,
There you
is
go.
one of the questions, we wanted more 3-bedroom units, people for rental, and we've got some very nice ones, really nice ones, a little bit to the south of the elder housing that'll be townhouse type units with 3 bedrooms. And
Very nice.
they're gonna be remarkable, I think.
I remember you gave the council a tour, and I went on that tour. I would say about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and you're showing them the apartment building as well as that new kind of area down there by the table 31, or is that what it's called?
32.
32.
Virginia Square.
Yeah, Virginia Square. And then we went over to the Flatwater Crossing, South Sioux City, and there was I think one house that was being completed and stuff. But did you mention that you helped design these?
Oh yeah, the same people who designed the Ho Chunk Village 1 and 2 also designed Flatwater Crossing, and that's actually won the 7-state regional award for urban planning, and we've also won it for the Ho Chunk Village originally too. So now the Indians are tops in urban planning. That's hilarious.
Nice.
But you know what we do in Sioux City, you know, between Flatwater Crossing and Virginia Square, and then we bought historic 4th Street, and we have stuff in Pearl Street, is we're developing a portfolio, and that portfolio kicks off money.
Okay.
And we charge about $400 to $600 more in Sioux City for the same place that we charge here. And so a lot of people are sort of critical sometimes of what we're doing in Sioux City, but that's about creating jobs and that's about making money.
Right.
Here it's about trying to break even and see if we can provide high quality housing for our tribal people. Growing up, I hated some of the houses that we had on the res. They were just the bare bones.
Yeah.
The most minimum house possible. And so if you go into some of our stuff, they're nice, right?
Right,
and they're reasonably priced. You know?
One of the houses that I went to is Sunshine. She came in. She recently purchased a house up there at Ho Chunk Village 2.0. And she has a really nice house and stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah. She's got the nice garage
I know.
door,
I
too.
was thinking hers is probably like my favorite design out there. I like the
Yes.
doors. I think everything. Yeah, the textures.
But that's the exact example of what we're trying to do. You get somebody come in, they have a family, they get educated, they get a job, and they commit to the community, and the tribe gives them the down payment resource to do it, and it's paid for with the dividend of Ho Chunk and some gas tax revenues, I think, and that combination creates incentives. So when people are ready, it nudges them into home ownership, and that makes them solid community members. That makes them want the school board to be better. That wants the roads to be better. And so that's what's driving the growth of Winnebago across the board.
I remember during the pandemic task force got together and purchased. I mean, it was really bad. You know, RVs, and there was a purchase of tiny homes and whatnot. I asked about those homes that are behind the Blackhawk Center in that softball field, and they're just kind of sitting there. I thought those were HCIs, and maybe you guys had something to do with them and stuff, but it's actually the Winnebago Village that has those ones, and I don't know if they're going to sell them or whatnot. I brought that up into one of our department head meetings, and I was like, what's those going to be? Or, you know, is somebody's asking, you know, where are they going, or what are they going to do with them? But it's the Winnebago Village that...
Yeah, well, we only control, but inside Ho Chunk Inc., we have a little magic wand we hand out. You know, if somebody has a good idea, I say, what are you waiting for, right? I'm trying to get people to understand. We had this mindset when I first started here that it was like, what's the government going to do for us, right? And really, if you're waiting on that, you're waiting forever.
Right.
You know, what they did for us was get us abject poverty for 150 years, right? And so we've got to get our act together and do this ourselves. And so I always challenge our younger people. You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Right. And so once you make that flip in that mindset, you know, you can do whatever you want. The first house we ever built, it was funny because it looked just like a kind of a HUD house. And I said, hey, we better add some nice floors and maybe some maple cabinets or something.
Yeah.
I said, who's going to buy this?
For sure.
Oh, one more thing. If you rent something from us in Sioux City, you get like a 10% discount if you're a tribe member. So that's always appreciated up there.
Yes.
I imagine Jordana gets that.
I can attest to that.
It helps.
I have a question here. This is actually from one of our listeners. They said there's a lot of anti-HCI people out there. How does Lance approach those people, and just kind of how do you do it? You know what I mean? Like, I thought you'd be full blown white hair, gray by now, but it's starting to turn just to hair.
It's getting there. Well, I've put a lot of thought into that issue, right? And when I was younger, I didn't understand it, and I've realized something. If you're doing well and you got a nice job and your kids are doing well and you got a nice home and you got a decent vehicle, you're not hating.
Yeah.
You're not hating.
Right.
And so it's the people who don't have a lot of things, and sometimes that's circumstantial or sometimes it's some personal choices. But I think the challenge is not to just give them something to make them short-term happy. The challenge is to drag as many people into success as possible.
There you go.
And because then people won't be angry. And I used to be confused by it when I was younger, but now I realize it's not really about me. It's about frustration in their own situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a legacy here to deal with of trauma and real dramatic stuff that's happened to us, and so we're all coming out of it at different speeds. And I've realized that I don't really personalize anymore. I think globally. All right, how many can we create more jobs? Can we create more houses? Can we do more things to get more people involved?
For sure.
Off the sidelines and into the success, because I can't make somebody happy who's not happy.
Yeah.
But I can give them the tools to make themselves happy, and that's what we're trying to do.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I think one of the things too here at we're visiting with HCI. We had Marshall Bass come on board, and he talked about that they're rolling out a survey. And I don't know if we might need to invite him back, but did they ever decide what they're going to put in in Ho Chunk Village 1.0? They have the sculpture garden, beautiful. Still there, they even added another sculpture that was from Winnebago, and beautiful area. We had the announcement of the Internet for All award there, that big grant. And so what's going to go in Ho Chunk Village 2.0? Do you know?
Well, first one thing, that second statue that's there, that's supposed to be facing the rising sun. I said, we'll have to make up some story about the setting sun because it now faces the other direction.
Don't tell anybody.
The other thing there in that statue garden, something that if you look, there's been a little construction there. What it's going to be is a little bitty. It's going to be a mini version of the drum area at the Power Grounds.
Oh,
a small one. So what I'm hoping is that somebody go out there and just practice and have a little informal thing, and make it more useful. And so that will be coming here in the spring, So that I just hope that leads to something natural.
Yeah.
But as far as 2.0 goes, we've got the elder housing. We made the lots a little bigger for housing. That was one of the complaints we had. You're welcome, Sunshine. She's here in the studio. She's got a little bigger yard. That was from feedback. And we're going to build these apartments or townhouses with 3 bedrooms. That was feedback from the survey. We need more bedrooms, because most apartments are 1 or 2 bedrooms in studios. And so, but the other, we have some park amenities. We're going to have a great park for the elders. That they're going to have their own park.
Wow!
Right. I'm a little mad because for some reason they put the electrical breakers. They didn't know that was the front yard. I think they thought it was the backyard.
What?
So we're trying to fix some of that right in the middle of the park. But that'll be, I think, a nice setting, and then we'll have more walkable trails and sidewalks and that sort of thing. And some office buildings are going in. I think the Boys and Girls Club is going in there.
Cool.
But
yeah, the Boys and Girls Club, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
I think that they using some of the American Rescue Plan
most
Act.
tribes don't have what we have. Most tribes get money and they figure out, all right, where should we put this? And it sort of makes these random sort of communities. And the beauty of the Ho Chunk Village plans is we still get the money randomly from the government sometimes, but it has a place, so it looks like it ends up, in the end, it looks cohesive.
Yeah.
And it allows us to raise more money, too, because it's part of something bigger. And so it's been a good fundraising tool for us too.
For sure. All right. Well, any other updates or anything, maybe shout outs or anything that you want to make mention?
No, I think that what's funny about Ho Chunk is we have this huge company on the other side of it, and no one even knows about it or talks about it with our government contracting and all the other things we're doing and the real estate. It's all sort of faded into the background a little bit. Mm-hmm. And for me too, all I do lately is gaming and the things associated with that. But a shout out to my crew. Yeah. Annette Hamilton, Heath, Aaron, Keith, Drew over at Blue Earth. I mean, they're running the show.
Right.
Well, I'm busy shaking hands and kissing babies and begging for money, you know. So Ho Chunk itself did almost $400 million in revenue last year.
Wow.
And we had a pretty good year. We lost a lot of money on the gaming because it was just getting going.
Yeah.
But that will flip this year. So I'm looking for a real good year from Ho Chunk. And 2 or 3 years from now, it's going to be sort of ridiculous.
Wow, that is exciting news from CEO of Ho Chunk Incorporated, Mr. Lance Morgan. I do have a request, and this is going to be directed at your crew. It's kind of important, but I would say for the past maybe 6-7 years, we had the opportunity, me and my brother, to DJ the holiday party that is hosted up there in Sioux City. So Jordana, I'm telling you the story here, and maybe the crew can do something about it. But we, for the first time ever, we did a Soul Train line, right?
Oh, nice.
And I said, hey, let's get the CEO. You know, he did this awesome speech, got everybody riled up.
Usually I leave by then.
And then he's standing there, and he turns to Sarah, and he says, I don't even know what a Soul Train line is.
Wow, what?
But he ended up going down the line. And
That's because I'm hardcore Indian only.
I have to see the dance move. What did you do?
I just sort of like little funky town.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. Come by anytime. You got some new news or anything like that. There's a lot of things going on there. I want to send a shout out to the old lady. She joined the team just on Monday.
nice.
That's right. I haven't seen her yet, but I
Yeah.
heard she's there. I've always liked her, and she'll do a great job, I suspect.
She's seen a picture. Her mom used to work there back in the days before it was even like the new edition that you guys, when it was just a little modular.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still friends with her. She did a great job for us. I got nothing but respect for her and her family. So I'm excited to see what she does. And she's got an important job.
Yeah.
You know, so she'll learn that soon enough. There's a pile of work there.
There's a pile of work there. All right. Well, thanks, Lance, for coming in. And
Yep.
yeah, we'll let you get back to work. I know you got some meetings coming up and whatnot. But if anybody, head on down to check out Warhorse. They're open, 7 days a week?
Yep, they don't close. Down in Lincoln.
Down in Lincoln, Nebraska. So we'll see that happening as
So
well.
maybe I can come back when we got some more stuff to announce. you
For sure.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thanks,
Lance.
Bye.
Hey, at the Winnebago Indian News, we just had a new
Oh, yeah.
issue come out on Saturday, and if you hadn't had an opportunity to check out the Winnebago Indian News, you can view it a couple ways. One, you can call our Tyler, our office manager, WIN office manager, Tyler.Snake at Winnebago Tribe, and get on the subscription list. Or you can go to the Winnebago Tribe, and they have a news tab there, and this is the latest one. Kind of let our listeners know what we covered in this issue.
So our past issue, one of our top stories was keeping tobacco sacred with the Winnebago Public Health Department.
Yeah.
And sort of that was just talking about the traditional story of how tobacco was gifted to us by the creator. And so that's just kind of talking about that and kind of elaborating on how tobacco was even commercialized and the history behind that, and how it got into the wrong hands and that type of thing. So that was kind of our main story. And
Yeah, you did an excellent job on it. There's the front page, and then it goes into the issue on page 5 or something like that. It continues on.
Yeah.
And you did an excellent job of interviewing everybody and kind of get that meaning behind the tobacco, and everybody kind of asks about that. And when I remember specifically when I was a young guy, kind of being confused about it a little bit because there's commercial, and this is back in the days when you could advertise tobacco products and stuff. And then we had my elders and my Jaji kind of talking about tobacco as well and how it's used for sacred. So I was a little confused. Those that are coming into high school and stuff, you know what I mean? If you have any questions, there's some health educators that you quoted in there. If you have any questions on that, make sure you go ask them, as well as the parents.
For sure. And I know that they do go they do go into the schools, and they definitely teach about different topics and different life skills and that type of thing. So big shout out to Felicia Masquat and Les Painter for helping me with participating in this and teaching me a lot of things too. So
For sure. And then we are required to publish some of these stats of the crime statistics here in Winnebago. And we got these from the Winnebago Tribal Court, and we'll kind of bring that up. But you can kind of see some of the things that there's an uptick in, trespassing, but there's not a lot of minor in possession and whatnot. So if you have an opportunity, make sure you check that out. I think it's important that we kind of report to our readers as well as our listeners some of the things that are taking place, and some of the Wowunk people around here and stuff like that, they kind of have to get their act together.
Yeah, no kidding. And these go all the way back to 2018. So.
Yeah, 2018. They minor in possession. They have the firework. What is it? Firework offense. Disturbing the peace. What's a big kind of category that jumped up this year? Disorderly conduct.
There was there's a couple of them that I was very surprised by that I didn't even know was happening around, but yeah.
For sure. And we want to thank the Winnebago Tribal Court for providing those statistics to us. And make sure you pick up a copy of the Winnebago in the News.
Yes, and remember, crime does not pay, you guys.
Yeah, and I think they have an opportunity. If you have a warrant or a fine, we'll have to get maybe Jennifer or somebody from the court to talk about that. But you have an opportunity to do some community service to work that off, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And then I think I don't know if that graphic is still up, but I know that there was working on some edits or something, but I can try to find that.
All right. So are we ready to announce how you can win some Bandits tickets?
Yeah, let's pull that up.
Okay, so Bandits are going to be in action Saturday, March 4th. We want to thank the HCI for helping sponsoring. We want to thank the Winnebago in the News for and then also Caden Cleveland, the intern for the Bandits, really helped out in this one. It's called the Winnebago Youth and Family Night. It's going to take place at the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa. And we have an opportunity to give away some tickets.
Yes.
I have the tickets right here, Jordana.
All right, hold on. Let me pull this display off real quick, and then we'll hold those up.
Very nice tickets here, and they're signed. They're ready to go. Let's see here.
Switch camera one.
That one? This one? Okay.
There you go. There they are, you guys.
All right. So how are we going to select some winners here? You can take your family. We'll give up up to 5? Because our families are big.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, up to 5, and we'll make it work and stuff. But they can win some tickets here today by doing what?
Are we gonna do the hashtag?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're gonna first. How many people you think, Garan?
Let's see here. We have 5,000 friends and stuff, so we might have 5,000 tickets that we have to try to give away.
All right, I would say first 5 people to start out to comment hashtag Skoden Bandits.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, hashtag Skoden Bandits. Let me put that in the.
So that's SKO.
Yeah, let me put that in the WASK there.
DEN, and then Bandits is Bandits.
All right, hold on real quick. Let me put it in the. So you guys get the proper sound.
So you know what? Oh, look, we already got one there. That's what I'm talking about. You might be able to go to the Bandits. Right. There's our friends. That's what I'm talking about. So
hashtag Skoden Bandits.
All right, so there you go. Share the stream. And one of the things that I used to MC for the Bandits. I used to be their floor MC.
What?
If you ever went to a Bandits game, it's not just like we have a motto on our streams and stuff. When there's no action on the floor, we are in action. We're doing something. So they used to have like these little mascots running around, and they would I would run out there, and they had like this little dog, go out there and stuff. And then at halftime, if you get right in the middle, they'll give you a little football, and you have to throw it from your seat onto the floor. And if it hit right in the middle, you got a prize.
Oh, okay.
So you put your name on there and put Garan, and then throw it out there and try to, you could have many as chances as you want and stuff. But it's a good fundraiser.
Nice.
And then like I remember one of Vegas, they would do like if you could throw as many balls into a little hole and stuff as possible, they would have little races and stuff. So it was a good time, you know what I mean? And I had the opportunity to MC and
nice.
Be one of their announcers and stuff. So they have if you never went to a Bandits game, I think you guys will be definitely surprised and kind of entertained. There's a lot of scoring in the game and stuff because it's not a full 100-yard football field in the Tyson Event Center. I think it's half, you know what I mean? So there's different rules, and there's a lot of touchdowns, and it's pretty action-packed and music going, everything. So if you have a chance, I want to hype up the Bandits. And thank you
Yes,
to the
let's
crew.
go.
The GM came down, Brett.
Yep, Brett. He's actually the marketing guy for the Bandits, and then he was definitely a big help in doing this, and we definitely appreciate him and giving us the opportunity. So we'll definitely be advertising this event, and then stay tuned because I believe HCI will be coming out with their own promos for this event as well.
Yeah, we called Willie Bass yesterday, and he said that they're going to be announcing something as well. But for now, you hashtag Skoden.
Skoden Bandits.
There you go. All right. So, nonetheless, what else do we have, Jordana?
What else we got?
I think we need to go grab our next guest.
All right,
That's
let me
probably
go grab
tied up with our previous guest, Lance, doing some talking about maybe some house issues or whatnot stuff. But nonetheless, we have Sunshine from the Angel Decora Museum, and wanted to also announce that tonight we'll be live streaming over the Winnebago Public Schools YouTube channel, and I think Wakefield, I believe they're the Trojans, is that right? Wakefield tonight?
Oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
We're coming down to the kind of season end Lewis and Clark tournament. Boys and girls, they did an excellent job representing. Unfortunately, they didn't do a back-to-back repeat. But I went to the Why Not game the first round. They had a tall task there, and Why Not was seeded number 1.
Oh,
they
dang.
came out pretty pumped up. Winnebago did beat them here in their own house previously, like 2 weeks before that, and then just came up short that night.
Very cool.
We also have, we're going to be doing coverage of the state qualifier, Yvonne Wilkie.
Loki. Yep.
That she's going to be in action February 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Yeah, I believe starting next Thursday. So I definitely want to go check that out and support them. So
For
yeah,
sure.
big
Come
shout out
on
to
in.
them.
Come on. Oh, okay. All right. We also want to give a shout out. I don't know the details and stuff, but we have a new eatery here in Winnebago at the Ho Chunk Village, and it's called Our Eats. Is that right? Our Eats, and it's now open. They opened up yesterday.
Yes.
And today I think is hot beef. Oh, yeah, hot beef for the special. So if you guys want to go check it out, you know what I mean? They're going to have a grand opening. Maybe they're doing a soft opening and stuff, but maybe we can get the chef,
Yes.
Reggie
support,
Frazier.
Yep. Support our local business people.
For sure. And did I miss anything? Do you guys got a Facebook page or anything? Okay, what's the Facebook? Our Eats. Our Eats. So I don't know if we can Google that or if we can Facebook that real quick. Our Eats.
Time to check it out.
Billy Decora is one of the cooks over there, and he said, go check out Reets. And I was like, is it Our Eats or is it Reets and stuff? So there's...
All right. I got it pulled up right here. You
Oh, okay.
guys.
So it's kind of a little bit of both. There's a lot of R's in this this Facebook page and stuff.
Let
But
us know if you want us to design your guys' logo. We'll hook it up.
We already have the logo design.
Oh, okay.
We
All
just
right.
didn't put the actual one up there yet.
Oh, okay. Nice.
so here at the Big
Ooh,
Voice,
that
we
looks
always want to
good.
support small businesses, and we appreciate their
Dang.
sponsorship. And that's Our Eats, newly formed over there at the old place. I think before it was Dega's
Way back in the
Mexican,
day.
then it was Louis Bros, and now they're at the same location across the kind of corporate office from Native Star Casino. So check them on out. Have you tried it yet? You have not tried it yet.
No.
Okay. All right. So nonetheless, we want to say thank you to Angel Decor Museum.
Okay, hold on.
Sunshine Bear, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I love these earrings. Did you guys get to see? I'm gonna describe them for the radio station here, but kind of maybe you could describe the.
So, they are from Woodland Thunder, Josiah Thunder. He made these. So,
Wow, very cool.
yeah,
Are they rabbit tails?
they are fox.
Foxtails? Oh, okay. I have rabbit tail ones.
Arctic foxtails or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to look and see what they were called.
Wow, those are cool.
But yeah, Josiah, he's from up north, one of our relatives from up north, and he's actually the one that made our war club
Oh,
that
okay.
we purchased
Yep.
for the museum, and I actually purchased one for my son from him as well. He's a great
cool.
artist, and now he's teaching as well. So good luck to Josiah. out there.
Very
Shout
nice,
out.
very nice. We had Lance talking about Ho Chunk Village 2.0. We had the opportunity to go over to your house, and we're not going to tell him the results. And we played the game and stuff, but unfortunately, you guys came with the... Anyways.
Anyways, me and Wani Cho beat these guys really
Barely.
bad.
Oh,
Really bad.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, so we still haven't gotten our lunch yet. I'm gonna have to remind
God.
Blue.
Getting him all red now. Shamed out.
So Angel Decor, what you guys been up to?
Just working, getting ready for the art that we're going to be starting to pick on Friday.
Oh,
And just excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the spring semester has started, so all our classes are starting up again. With the immersion classroom, I think Ben is working with the kindergarten classroom as well, Boys and Girls Club, LPTC Community Ed, just different places.
Yeah.
12 clans. There's a lot of places we're in. So
did we make any headway with Snow Snake?
yes,
Did we ask the school or?
he played.
Oh, okay.
They played one day
Okay.
with the immersion classroom. We are working on our sticks right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I've been Bill Quackenbush, my mentor.
Yeah.
He told me, of course, over the phone or through Messenger how to do it. So I've been slowly trying to get my snow snakes ready.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm-
before all the snow melts.
I'm all competitive. I don't even know how to play it and stuff, but I'm like, I'm gonna win. I'm always competitive. and
You're gonna
stuff.
lose.
So is there a specific day that you're gonna be playing it, or because I would love to at least be there and
Maybe we can play tomorrow
sounds
with
fun.
the classroom. I'll let you know.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Take some pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Brian, come on over. Come on over. We're just gonna have a conversation here as we are gonna approach the noon hour and stuff. But we have MCBKC here, and we have some good news as well as. I appreciate your help. Bethany is not here today and stuff, so
Right.
we need all the help we can get. All hands on deck up here. So we might have to play. The answer is kind of tricky today here. and
Students.
stuff. Let's go then. That's another hashtag, right? That we're gonna try to
Yeah.
implement and stuff. But how's it been going?
Oh, pretty good. Getting geared up for this week's edition of Res Ride on Thursday. Of course, we're going to have our new set, Love Line. We hope you guys can tune in and listen to that because we give out the worst advice ever. And then also putting together another episode of Midnight Love for Friday.
Very good, very good. Kind of give people example of what the love line is.
Love Line is...
What was
where-
last week's question?
Last week there were two questions. Let me try to remember them real quick. The first one was he asked the question. Can't remember the name. I think it was Haga, if I remember right. Asked the question because there was a pretty big difference in their ages. So it was Cougar was in town.
Oh,
So
wow.
we had some
That's funny.
discussion about that, and I just it went out of my head.
Yeah.
Sorry. But anyway, yeah, we have that kind of those kind of questions because remember the first round we had is he doesn't like my fry bread, and she won't quit wearing her ex's tournament T-shirt.
Yeah, man, that is an interesting question and stuff. I was just like, if I was put in that situation, woo, man, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But so
Sounds funny.
we're looking forward to Res
Yeah.
Ride this Thursday.
Yeah, and the questions we've already received this week, they're pretty crazy. Some of them I don't know if they're probably not safe for radio, but at the same time,
Yeah. So for those that never tuned into Midnight Love, what kind of
Midnight Love, of course, is the 2-hour show we do every week where we feature the best slow jams from all different genres. Very, very heavy R&B, but we delve into other areas as well, rock, even country. And so this week's edition is going to be a new set of that. I can't wait to get into that because we're going to actually kind of split the show in two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Angel Decor Museum, are you down to play The Answer Is, or do you want Brian to play The Answer Is?
I don't care. Whichever.
What do you think? Or how's your trivia in your head here? So I need a
I
judge.
don't want to play Brian. You might know all
What
the
do you
facts.
think? Maybe leave it up to the viewers. Is it Sunshine today, or is it that's gonna take on Jordana because Bethany's not
scared.
here?
No, don't be. That doesn't mean I know.
I'll take on Jordana.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I
So
think I might be able to beat Sunshine. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
So go ahead and you'll have to leave the room here,
Okay.
and we'll
Skedaddle.
we'll call you back
I'm
in.
gonna listen in the hallway.
No listening in the hallway or in your car. Okay. Here we go. So are you ready?
Okay, so is Brian gonna take the notes for the answers?
Yeah. Can you write down the answers?
I
And
have a pen and pad right here
Yeah.
if you need one.
Oh, hello.
Still wanna unplug anything. Here we go. All right. The pressure.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I think you should probably get it. I think you're gonna do good. This is gonna be a good battle here.
All right.
The answer is question number 1. Beyonce, Queen Bee, breaks the Grammy record for the most wins of all time. How many did she win?
Jeez, I just seen something about it, and then it's been almost all her albums.
I got the multiple choice. Do you want the multiple choice?
Yes.
Okay, so is it A, 50? Is it B, 40? Is it C, 32? Or is it D, 25?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say 40.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay, here we go. Nebraska has a new governor, and we'll keep our opinions to ourselves. But the reason I asked this question is because we had Cheyenne Robinson and Victoria Kitchie on last week talking about voting rights.
Right.
What is the new governor's name? It's a multiple choice again. Do you want it?
Yes.
Okay. Is it A, Ben Sass? Is it B, Jim Palin? Is it C, Pete Ricketts? Or is it D, Tom Osborne?
I think Pete Ricketts was the one before. What was this last name that you said?
Tom Osborne.
That sounds about right to me.
Final answer.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 3. The next tribal holiday coming up is what holiday? Think about it. It's a good one.
Payday.
Yeah, that one. What is it? February? We don't get Valentine's Day off. March. Okay.
We don't get St. Patrick's Day off, do we? No. We don't.
I feel like no, it's not Labor Day because Labor Day is in the.
That's in September, right?
Yeah, I think that's in the fall. January, February, March, April. It's not April Fool's Day.
Psych.
Oh, but that's hard because I feel like we don't have that many. Okay, February, March, April, May. This is hard. I'm just gonna say powwow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
The tribal holiday is powwow. Yeah, because there's the federal holidays and then there's the tribal holidays. So there's 2, and there's a lot to go through.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday.
Go Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to take their heads up. Who are you going for?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You have your red sweater and everything. All right.
Smoke.
Can you name one of the star quarterbacks from the Chiefs or the Eagles?
Bro, my sister just literally told me.
There's jerseys all over the place here. You know, the bandwagoners, they're supporting their quarterback.
I'm upset because my sister just Tom Mahomes.
Tom Mahomes.
Yes,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Okay, I'll go get her.
No, hold up. There's one more.
Oh, there's a mark.
More
Yeah.
left.
Okay. 8CCDC came on the show to talk about volunteers who come up and help people getting their taxes done. Yeah, it's tax season, folks. Tax season. What does 8CCDC stand for?
This is the one I do know. Ho Chunk Community Development Corporation.
All right. Good job. Let's go get homegirl. See how she does. How'd you do?
Oh, I knew. I didn't know the first one because I didn't know the exact number, but I know she's not right. But at the same time, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think. Oh, I think it was. Was it C?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah.
Let's see how she goes. Oh, this is interesting. Everybody's just commenting. The comments just exploded here.
They're
with-
upset at me.
Yeah, don't forget, folks, if you want to win some Bandits tickets for Winnebago Youth and Family Night, make sure you
Bandito.
check down there. Hashtag Skoden Bandits.
Yep.
Yeah, hashtag Skoden Bandits. All right, she did pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
No.
All right.
Go ahead.
We just never know when you're going to have a chance. Usually you're a judge and stuff. So I'm not going to make any new rules. I think I got a new rule here that I want to implement. No, here go. Question number 1. Beyonce, Queen Bee, Homegirl, Auntie Bae
Thirsty.
breaks the Grammy record for the most wins of all time. How many did she win?
Like just the other night?
Yeah, at the Grammys.
Does she get multiple choice?
It was on Today's Show. It was on Yahoo. It was this everywhere. Newsweek. There is multiple choice. Do you want it? The answer is in this multiple choice here. Is it A, is it 50? Is it B, 40? Is it C, 32? Or is it D, 25 Grammys?
Just left the camera on.
I know.
Zoom
I'm just
in.
gonna leave.
Zoom in.
32 or whatever that number was.
Okay, final answer?
Sure.
Let me see here.
That
Hold
was
on.
C, I believe.
Was it?
Ooh, man. Okay. You are correct.
Oh, nice.
32 is
Ding,
right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Number 2. Nebraska has a new governor. The reason I asked this question is because Cheyenne Robinson from the Omaha tribe and Victoria Kitcheon from the Winnebago tribe came up last week discussing our voting rights. What is the new Nebraska governor's name?
Is it Kim Reynolds?
It's multiple choice. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do I have to get asked that? Yeah, of course I want that.
You did the same.
I thought maybe you just fired it out. You know what I mean? Like, I know who it is and stuff. Okay, so is it A, is it Ben Sass? Is it B, Jim Palin? Is it C, Pete Ricketts? Or is it D, Tom Osborne?
A.
A, Ben Sass.
Yeah.
That answer is... Who is it?
Jim Pillen.
Yeah, Palin, whatever. I'm not.
Then I was completely
we've
wrong.
seen those
So was I.
commercials.
Yeah.
Man, those commercials are
pulled that
just
out of
burned in our head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still semis on the side of the road with his name on them.
Are they really?
Yes, there are.
Did you get that right?
No.
No.
Did you get one right?
Not so
No.
far.
Oh.
She said
Jeez.
Tom Osborne. You know who Tom Osborne is?
Yes, of course I do.
Wait, who is it?
He is the Nebraska coach that led Nebraska
Oh, yeah.
to the
That's why it sounded familiar.
Yes.
4 national championships or whatever it was and stuff. Just the
Sure.
greatest Nebraska.
Just the basic
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, he hates on the casinos though, so we can't.
Yeah, he's not.
Boo him.
Yeah. Push
Gee,
him down
boo.
next time.
Oh my God.
Gee.
Question number 3. Here we go. The next tribal holiday coming up is what holiday?
Tribal Constitution.
Oh my goodness, she's on her roll here today.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding.
Yes.
Yes. February 28th, Tribal Constitution Anniversary.
Right.
Here we go.
That's not fair. She knows all the history dates.
Yeah, that is true, right? Super Bowl is coming up between Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Name one of the star quarterbacks from the Chiefs or the Philadelphia. I'll take one.
Huh?
I'll take one. Who's the quarterback for the Chiefs? Or who's the quarterback for the Eagles?
I know this. It just went out of my head as soon as you said that. Mahomes.
Mahomes is right, and Jordana got that one. She didn't get the first name.
Oh, but
yeah, that's
last
good.
name still counts.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
That is good. Are you guys gonna watch
Patrick. I'll be on the road driving back.
it? Really? You gonna check it out, Jordana?
Yeah, I think me and my sisters are gonna do a little finger foods that day. So yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One more question coming up, but before I just wanted to.
Yep.
Did you see that the crypto Bitcoin? They had all the commercials last year.
Yeah.
Now they're not running any this year because
It crashed.
It crashed.
Yeah.
They said if you put $1,000 in, if you seen one of those ads from like LeBron and Tom Brady and all those guys,
Yep.
and you invested $1,000, it would be 540. You would lost 400 and some bucks of your hard-earned money.
Even more than that. Yeah. Because it was almost like a full 78% decline.
In the Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Wow. I still don't kind of grasp the concept and stuff. To my understanding, it's like, what do they call it? Virtual coinage or
Yeah,
something like that?
it's basically a Ponzi scheme, kind of like the old school chain letters. The people
Yeah.
the people who did it first are the ones that are gonna make the money off it. The people at the tail end
Jeez.
say goodbye to your money.
Interesting. Okay, here we go. You're doing pretty good. And you have to get this one right in order to, because she got 2 right and you got 2 right.
Right.
So for the win,
Shoot.
I'm glad it came down to this Super Bowl. The answer is edition. Do you know all of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He says yeah.
Subject matter expert, yes.
Yeah, because this question doesn't even have to do with the Super Bowl. Here it is.
okay.
HCCDC came on the talk show last week to talk about the volunteers who come up and help getting people with their taxes done. I think they had it on Saturday over at Woodland Trails. What does HCCD stand for?
Ho Chunk Community Development Center. Center? Yeah, center.
Yeah. The C stands for what, Jordana?
Corporation.
Corporation.
Oh,
Corporation.
Wow.
I thought you were gonna win.
So.
It was 2-3.
She made me say center.
Oh, she got 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
She made me say center.
I was.
Don't listen to me.
Jordana had
But you did come up with the win because.
Yes,
Okay,
yep.
I judge. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I
Nope.
got the thing right. I was just
Sunshine
trying to hype
hat.
up the last question and make everybody interested and stuff. But you did come up with a win. So good job, Sunshine.
Hey,
Nice.
good job.
Shout outs, you guys. What do you got for shout outs?
I'll go first. I got to give a shout out to the Winnebago Tribe's IT department. They saved my computer. So thank you very much.
Yes, man. There's a
Yes.
lot of files on there and everything. So
Yeah.
good job on
Yeah.
that one.
Brandon and crew, you guys did a great job. Thank you very much.
For sure. Sunshine.
Happy birthday to my son Jacob. It was
happy
his
birthday.
birthday yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And shout out to Ben. And we're a 2-man team up there, and we're constantly busy. But I appreciate Ben and all the work that he does.
Yeah, good job, Ben, and Angel Decor Museum. So the announcement will be made Friday of the new art pieces. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, next Friday.
Next Friday.
The
Okay.
submissions are stopped this Friday.
Okay.
And then we will go over them and pick 5 from there. And then that'll go into a new display for, our future generations to look at.
There,
Very
There you
cool.
go. Very nice. Jordana.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening. Thanks for tuning in, and definitely tune in because we may be giving out more of those tickets. So yeah, just everybody enjoy their day. It's really nice out. So yeah.
Oh yeah, it is nice out. So
Really
you
beautiful.
guys be safe out there. We'll keep you updated on that gas leak situation down at Native Stars. So be looking out on the Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page for any updates, as well as the Winnebago Tribes Facebook page as well. So you folks have a safe day, and we'll see you tomorrow for Big Voice Sports Talk with Coach Q, and then Thursday we have Res Ride and ARL.
That's right. Res Ride at 4 p.m. and ARL earlier in the day. And then, of course, a new episode of Midnight Love on Friday following the Friday Night Hot Mix.
So if I wanted to send a request for Res Ride, I could just send that to you?
That's right. On my Facebook page, That Fire, though, THO. Also, we have the phone number that will be given out live during the set.
Very nice.
I started all my if you tune into the show, it's going to change your life. Because here, check this out. He had a statistic. He had, what was it, weird news or something like that?
We do weirdness every week. Yes.
Yeah, and he said, this is how I started everybody that I seen. I probably walked up to you and asked you this question. Did you know that soda, regular soda, and diet soda, they don't float the same in water?
What?
Yeah.
How do they float?
Regular soda will sink and diet soda will float.
What the heck? All right.
Yeah.
Can we do live experiments on
For
the
sure,
show?
man. That's-
Science time.
I know.
Yes. Hey, folks, you have a good day.
All right.
Yep.
Peace.